Well, isn't this rather interesting? Something strange has happened to the Wayback Machine or the Internet Archives. People are now noticing that information has been deleted or memory hold. Now, a couple weeks ago, I made a video where I had spoken directly after Hurricane Milton. I made a video on the Wayback Machine where I had spoken about how the Wayback Machine was hacked and it was taken down for quite some time. It is an understatement to say just how important the Internet Archives is to the internet. It is basically the Alexandria Library of the internet, holding information that goes all the way back to the 90s when some web pages were still in their HTML form. So needless to say, the Internet Archive stores and saves a lot of information, a lot of screen captures on many different bizarre websites, web pages, especially things like social media. If a certain organization has said something or did something, it'll still be saved on the Internet Archives. Something that was sent or commented on places like Twitter or other social media years ago could come back to bite somebody in the present day. Now, I said in that previous video the excuse they gave as to why the Internet Archives was hacked and brought down was completely bogus. They said some person in the Middle East who had issues with Israel decided to target a United States website, the Internet Archives, to bring it down as a response against Israel. So I said in that video, get that out of here, get it out of here, I don't want to hear it. That is completely bogus. Nobody is hacking the Internet Archives and bringing it down to attack Israel. Makes no sense whatsoever. What they are doing is bringing down the Internet Archives so they can remove some information. They are hacking the Internet Archives to delete some sensitive information, and lo and behold, I was correct. So let's go ahead and go to the Wayback Machine, the Internet Archives, and search blog.twitter.com. This was the Twitter address before it was known as blog.x.com. So let us look at this graph, because this graph shows the amount of information that was on Twitter throughout the years from 2007 to 2024. Do you happen to notice anything rather interesting about this graph? You will see a huge gap between 2019 and 2024. Where did all this information go that was captured by the Wayback Machine, the Internet Archives, between 2019 and 2023? Now, what happened between 2019 and 2023? Can anybody think of any correlations between what may have been said on Twitter and what may have been happening in the real world? There was that one thing that was happening around the world, the C-19 and the C-19 jabs, but I guess that's just a coincidence. Clicking on the years to bring up the calendar so you can search up any blog post or any Twitter post that was made during that time, well, looky here. You cannot click on any of these dates because anything during this time that was on Twitter had been removed. I don't think you heard my so I'm gonna say it again. Now here's the thing, there is a policy on the Wayback Machine that a site's owner can exclude it from the Wayback Machine completely or request specific dates be excluded. They can email the request to the site and the site will do as they're asked, or they can implement a robots.txt file and the archive will ignore that site. But we do know that the site, Twitter, has a new owner, and that owner changed the name of Twitter to X. Now, Elon Musk did buy and own Twitter back on April 14th, 2022, but Twitter today, X today, 2023, 2024, is vastly different from the Twitter back in 2019, 2020, 2021, and even 2022. Twitter was used more than any other platform to go ahead and push out agendas and narratives. And one of those agendas and narratives that was being pushed out on Twitter was about the C-19 and the jab. Here is also something rather interesting. There was a person, a opinion writer on the New York Times that created an article, and this was actually found on the Wayback Machine. This article is titled, "Our History of the Pandemic is a Mess," and this article was published on January 4th, 2023. There is a lot being said in this New York Times article that I cannot say on this channel. I will go ahead and leave the link below. But basically, this opinion writer, he says that he himself included was a part of this misinformation campaign that not only promoted the jab, but also played up the C-19. He also wrote articles on Twitter about how the jab was very effective and everybody should get their jabs. Well, out of nowhere, on January 4th, 2023, he decides to do a complete 180 on what now he's considering misinformation. It's also a possibility that there's other information on Twitter that certain people, certain organizations may want removed, but the timing is rather interesting. The timing is very spot on. Now, if what I'm thinking is true, and if it's not, it's a very, very big coincidence, and you all know how I feel about coincidences. But if what I'm thinking is true, it's very terrifying to know that there are people that injected themselves with something because a politician or somebody on social media, Twitter, and so forth, told them to do so. Told them they are a bad person if they did not. They would end a lot of lives if they did not. Then we had other organizations and companies saying that they would fire people who did not put this inside their bodies. To see what a certain organization, a certain person, maybe a celebrity, a politician, and so forth, was saying about this certain event back in those years between 2019 and 2023, to pinpoint that person, you would mainly use the Wayback Machine. Because a lot of these people deleted a lot of their information on Twitter, a lot of their posts. But a lot of these posts are saved on the Wayback Machine. And well, as you can see, it's no longer there. It is no longer searchable on the Wayback Machine. I do want to make it clear because I know I'll get some comments where people will say, just because it was deleted off the Wayback Machine or the Internet Archives does not mean it was deleted off of Twitter or X, and that is very true. But the thing is, you may search up somebody now or an organization now, and you will see their posts going back to 2019, 2020, 2021. But the thing is, we do not know what they may have deleted, what they may have been promoting that they have deleted. And the only way we could know for sure is with the Wayback Machine. I mean, it really looks like that somebody or somebody's wants information deleted off of the Internet Archive, because news has come out yesterday, October 20th, that the Internet Archive was breached again, third cyber attack in October of 2024. This is absolutely crazy. Somebody is attacking the Wayback Machine hard. Reading this article from Forbes, it says, the Internet Archive has confirmed a third security breach on October 20th, 2024, in what has become a series of escalating cyber attacks. Hackers were able to exploit unrotated Zendesk API tokens to gain access to the platform that manages the archive support tickets. This is absolute craziness, and you have to say to yourself, what interesting timing. What is somebody or somebody's afraid of that they have to constantly target the Wayback Machine to make sure that information had been deleted? But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.